Hi guys, so I'm just on a night shift with a couple minutes to spare, so I'm gonna talk to you about the latent phase of labor. So the latent phase of labor is sort of quite a frustrating part of labor for a lot of women. I'm just gonna talk to you about what it involves so there's a bit more understanding about this phase of labor. The latent phase of labor is sort of the first stage of labor. So there's the latent phase when your cervix is dilating from 0 to 4 centimeter, and then there's established labor for when your cervix is dilating from 4 centimeters to 10 centimeters, and it's both are the first stage of labor. Now the latent phase of labor is that period where your cervix is just starting to soften and dilate and thin out. It's like I said before, the cervix dilates from 0 to 4 centimeters. Now during that period, most women will experience irregular contractions. So it might be every 5 minutes and every 7 minutes, every 10 minutes, sometimes every 3 minutes, and you may find that it's getting closer together or spacing apart, or sometimes it just stops. And that's sort of what happens in the latent phase, and this can carry on for up to 10 hours, but in some cases it can be for 2 to 3 days. Okay, so what's sort of a sign that it's the latent phase of labor is sort of the irregularity of contractions, irregular in terms of frequency and strength. So you might have some really strong contractions and then others are mild. One way to know that labor is establishing is when your contractions are regular and strong, so every 3 minutes and lasting almost up to a minute, or a minute and strong. Whereas in latent phase, your contractions may sort of be 30 to 40 seconds long. During this phase of labor, it is totally okay to ring up your maternity assessment unit or triage for some advice, and you will be advised on the call whether to come in or some measures to take at home to cope with the latent phase of labor. So if you feel like you're experiencing these things and you come into hospital and they say, oh, it's just 2 centimeters, may have to send you home, don't be discouraged. The latent phase of labor has done some work, and before you know it, labor will establish. Some other things that the latent phase of labor may feel like is strong period cramps or back pain. You may experience losing some sticky red discharge or sticky pink discharge known as a show. These are all signs that you're sort of in the latent phase of labor, and eventually labor will become established. I will do a little reel with some things, some measures you can take, some steps you can take to cope with the latent phase of labor at home at all times. Remember, you can always call your maternity triage or assessment unit with any concerns. But yeah, just a quick little video on the latent phase of labor, and I'll do a little write-up as well so you have some more information.